welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. So this is The Teen Witch's Guide to Crystals by, again, I never know if I say her name right, but to me it looks like Xana Eve Chown and Emily Anderson. So this book is pretty good. It goes over what the title suggests. It goes over crystals. It's got, you know, some spells to do, the properties of different crystals, some care tips for each one, but of course it's pretty simplified and aimed at teenagers, so kind of younger teens for these if we're being honest, but it does have a lot of information. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 star. I really loved this. This is such a good small little book. It is one that I will be adding into our list of books that I will eventually give to our children one day, because again, why not start collecting those now? Despite the fact I don't know when we're gonna have our little witchlings, but someday, 1 year before I'm dead would be cool, because like, they're expensive to create when you can't do it yourself. So yeah, I'm just gonna slowly collect books for them, and this is one of them. I think it's a really good book that just, it goes over the information in such an easy and digestible way for kids and teens. And honestly, it's a pretty good one. I think it's a decent, small little book. These are such hit or miss in this series. Some of them are really good, then some of them are like, but why? The only thing is that some of the cleansing stuff in here, I was kind of like, I don't think I would do that. And like, I feel like my kids edition, they're just gonna have like sticky notes from mom of like, but actually, like, no. So on page 34, selenite can be cleansed in water that the full moonlight has shone into. Never leave it in water because it will dissolve. And all my note says is, or cleanse it a different way, because you could literally get the same effect. Just leave it in the moonlight. That would work. Pass it through smoke. That would work. Carefully pass it over a flame. That would work. But no, because like, I don't know how quickly it dissolves, but I remember the horror stories back in the day of YouTube where some of the pagans I was watching did that accidentally, and they were like, crap, and it was overnight and they suddenly didn't have that beautiful stone anymore, specifically selenite. So like, why not just like not play that game? And yeah, the same thing on page 70. You should cleanse fluorite often. It is such a protective crystal that it soaks up a lot of negative energy. It likes to be washed in a steam or placed in a bowl of water overnight. And I tried to look this one up. The internet has mixed opinions. Some say fluorite is fine in water, and others say no, it will dissolve in water. And like, I'm gonna be real, I read this at like 3 in the morning, so I didn't really care to like continue deep diving. I got like 6 different answers, 6 different ways. So I was like, you know what? Why not just err on the side of caution? Just don't do that. Like, the only stones I would suggest putting in water anyways are ones you found in water to begin with. They're probably fine there. Like, if you're meandering and you got your found stones from a river or the ocean, yeah, they're probably gonna be fine. They have probably existed in water for a while, probably longer than you've been alive. And so like, they're good. The ones you buy in a crystal shop, maybe don't do that. Maybe we visualize with those ones, and then we don't play the will it get damaged in this thing kind of a game. I would recommend this book to like late beginner witches and like early teens that already have like the basics set up. I feel like if your kids are being raised as witches, they probably already have a grasp on this. I feel like most pagan parents are going to be introducing stuff pretty early, like how to meditate, how to ground, how to center, how to focus, how to have intention, stuff like that. But like, if you're new to all of that, you need to have a grasp on that before you start on this book. That's where it's kind of like the late end. And as for like the content, honestly, I think anyone could get something from this book. If you don't want a huge dense book, it's got a lot of good information. You don't need to be a teenager to get stuff from this. You do just need to have, again, a grasp on the basics, meditation, how to focus, stuff like that, and then it's a pretty good book. I think I would give this to like maybe 10 to 11-year-olds ish. I know that's not technically a teen, but I feel like it's written in such a way that they could probably handle it. But again, it also does come down to like your kid's maturity level and their reading comprehension and such and so on. It is one though that we're going to be buying eventually. I'm just making my list of just like, need to get that, 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 need to get that. And I'm finally actually going to just start buying them. Again, I don't know when you're seeing this. I'm trying to get quite ahead on my content. The goal of my life is to be like several months in advance. Oh, what a dream. And so, yeah, I'm trying to work on that. And so, I don't know when you're seeing this, but like, I'm already planning to buy a book, Goodnight Baphomet, because like, you know what? I've read through it, I saw it in a store, and ever since then I'm like, you know what, like once a month I should just buy one of these books that's like, I want this, and then just slowly be stocking up, because like realistically, could I swing like 20-30 bucks on a book a month? Probably. And then from there I will slowly have this library building for my future kids that I will have at some point in the decade, hopefully. Or I'm just gonna have a lot of kids books and then like have to be like the neighborhood witch who's like, do your kids want to learn witchcraft? Because I couldn't afford mine, but I have the stuff. No, I think I will eventually have kids, but it's a whole process. So anyways, till then, I think it's just a good book to have anyways. So I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I try and post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.